Hey, my name is Jalen Collier, and for my course project, I have chose high school history since 1877. So, history since 1877, a few tweaks from there. History, the student needs to understand traditional historical points of the reference in the United States history from 1877 to present. So, from 1877 to the present is what you need to know to pass this course. And there is a STAR test for this course that the state requires you to take. So some of the things that the students are expected to know is they need to identify major eras in history from 1877 to the present and describe and explain the significance of the following years as turning points. So for example, of this project, I use 1929, the Great Depression begins. So some prior knowledge that these kids should know before taking the course is that in 8th grade or junior high, they've taken a course of U.S. history all the way through 1877. So it's basically a two-part class. You go from the start of civilization in America all the way to 1877. And there is a STAR test on the first one too, providing and testing their knowledge of how much they know before they get into the class. So for this project, I would assign my students and put together a little cause and effect of the Great Depression and the present. One cause of the Great Depression and the effects that it caused throughout American history after the Great Depression. So some of the apps that these students can use is PowerPoint. They can use Google Slides. And also I would recommend Docs as well. I mean, it's just a presentation that they can email in and the teacher would grade. So some design principles that would help for these students. Students would be allowed to research and find any topic related to the cause and effects of the Great Depression. Using the internet, they can use a book. They can use almost anything as long as it's a credible source. On the differentiation, if the students are unable to use Google Apps, they will submit a video along with their script. So basically, it's just them giving themselves a presentation through their little phone and then they can turn in their script that they used. The learner in this is, when I was in high school, Mr. Wills told me the best way to learn history and learn anything is to read it, write it, and say it. So for this project, these kids are having to research, that's reading, they're having to write out what they want to say, and they're going to have to say it, which I think is the best way to learn anything. And the easiest app that will help you study for these, like for this, or the aspects is Quizlet. And if Quizlet doesn't work, they can make note cards. So citizens, the students will send me their project and I will have their email so I will know who is who, and that is digital citizenship in this project. So as a leader, teachers, as a teacher, we need to seek out opportunities for leadership to support student success and improving teacher and learning. And with this project, I could make my own, little template for these kids to, get ideas off of, like, okay, this is how we're supposed to lay it out. And I'm not talking about just for PowerPoint. I mean, if they want a template for the docs or the slides, I'll make one for them too. Collaborator. If I choose to let the students, do group work, the students will share their information amongst each other, and the easiest way to do so is to create a slide and share it with a group of people. So design. The project was assigned with different topics so that everyone's presentation should be different. So not everybody's going to have, the money collapsed and caused the Great Depression. Not everybody's going to have that. they should have different topics within that. So what all caused the Great Depression? People overspending, people going crazy. I mean, there's different topics of that. Excuse me. Felicitator. It is a framework for students for them to collect information, whether that be from the class or their own learning. With this, the students will find their own extra information pertaining to this subject outside of the classroom, if they so choose, you know. The analyst, the assignment is a cause and effect of the Great Depression, and the cause will have how it started and when it started, and the effects will show how life after the Great Depression was for everyone. This should be a 3-page assignment: title page, cause page, and effect page. I have assigned topics for each student, and it is their job to tell me how the Great Depression affected their certain topic. So I shall grade on the clarity of their project. If I don't feel like you've done enough work, or you haven't shown enough evidence of how that's a good cause and effect, then it's not a good project. SAMR. For that activity, I have assigned a modification, redefinition, because this project allows students to either make a PowerPoint, poster board, or Google Slide. They can present this however they would like. They could even send in a video like I was talking about before. This just lets the students change and create however they want to do this project, however they feel comfortable turning this project in. So the Webb's Doc, this project is a level 3, a level 4, and a level 2. Now it's a level 3 because it makes the students research using comparing cited evidence and investigation as their research topic. And it uses level 4 as an extended thinking because it allows students to design and create and connect their own project however they would like to send it to me. And level 2 with skills and concepts will mainly be used as this project because it allows students to use the cause and effect, collect and display information using a presentation. So as a backup plan, if these kids, if you know, like the internet fails, or you know the towers don't work, no internet, no Wi-Fi, nothing like that, these students will present their cause and effects with a poster board. Now I think the poster board is probably the easiest way to do a presentation, but the presentation will have words and references of how they got their information, so I know they won't, you know, they're not making stuff up. And this is my cited work.